in your face with it, all up in your face with it. Where you at? All up in your face with it. In your face.
Now,
In your
Larry,
face.
about your show, Headlines and Headaches, I think about me, man, because when I come across those headlines, because, you know, I look through it, people send us links to stuff going on in the world.
Right.
And it saddens me, man. You know, it saddens me. Like, I was just reading a couple, I think it was in Florida.
Right.
They just had, police just found their dead baby in a car with them. They were sleeping in the car.
Right.
You know what I mean? That type of stuff is debilitating, man. It's just, it hits you and knocks you, it just knocks your spirit down.
Well, the thing
So how do you, how do you keep up for your show going over the headlines? How do you keep the enthusiasm? How do you, yeah.
First of all, prayer. Second of all, you know, there's a segment at the end of my show called The Lions. Any bad criminal, whether it be white, black, or whatever, you know, I have the Lions play in the background, and I have somebody read it off, or I'll read it off, and I send them straight to the Lions, like to get eaten. You know, they sent Christians to the Lions back in the day. So people that have done wrong, like abused babies or anything like that, go straight to the Lions on my show.
Oh, you'll read it and
Yeah, I'll read it and like, you know what? He needs to go to the Lions right now. Lions attack, rip his face off. Sometimes I send the whole, like if the whole family acting up, I send the whole family, send the whole ancestral trees to the Lions. Or sometimes I do the whole jungle thing, like the lions, tigers, bears, everybody just go get this dude. I think my favorite person to send to the Lions was actually George Zimmerman. So I sent him to the, So I sent him to the Lions a long time ago and never to be seen again. LTC called me up and said he wanted to be on my show. He couldn't come in because he's from Delaware and he does in New York, so he's going to call in. He's going to be on the show with Spinderella July 2nd, and on July 3rd, which is my show on Monday, he's going to call in, and I'm going to have Big Stone the Butcher, local talent here. I love Big Stone. Is going to stop by, and another young lady, Nia Marie, is going to guest host with me on Headlines and Headaches. But the other people I had on the show, the best person that I had on the show is Laura Cowan, who's community activist. Laura Cowan. Shout out to her. The thing is that she got attacked on Martin Luther King Day. Her and her daughters got attacked, but she came in, the Monday after, to do my show, and I thought she wasn't going to come in, so she did come in. She got
attacked.
Yeah, she got attacked. He got jumped. One of her daughters was dating somebody, and I guess the friend of hers didn't want him to date anymore or whatever. It was like a little love triangle. So the girl, Laura's daughter, went over to talk to the girl with Laura and her other daughter, and the other girl sent out grown men to attack 3 ladies. I'm like, all right, yeah, and then she was like, they fractured, everything. Jumped. Laura was scared. Yeah, jumped them. So she came in. And I was so, but she's always sending me community activist stuff. Shout out to her and also another voice of radio label mate of mine, Alfred Porter Jr., a Black on Black Crime. He's also debates. He also is the monitor on the main event, the show before mine, with me and Most Electrifying debating back and forth about trending topics. Yeah, he also got the hip hop workshop too tomorrow.
Well, you also plan on having mayoral debates on your show.
Oh yeah, I had mayoral candidates. I actually had Mayor Chuck Smith of Whitmere, Ohio. He was a former baseball player for the Miami Marlins, which was the Florida Marlins, who is the mayor of Whitmere now. Is one of the biggest African American communities, suburbs out there. I had him on. Brandon Chortowski, who just now registered on. I'm also going to have Eric Brewer on, which I met. He's a very exciting dude. And I'm also going to have Zach Reed on. As a concerned citizen, it would be an injustice if I did not, as a show host, as a producer, not deliver the truth to get the truth out of these people, or at least what they're going to tell me as. It's just going to be this way because of the simple fact I'm not going to lie to my audience. I refuse a lot of my audience. Unlike, President Trump saying, I'm not going to give no fake news. I'm going to give the real news, and that's pretty much about it.
Where can they find your show at? What time? What's the date and all that?
Okay, the links are voiceitradio.com, click on Listen Live from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, the main event when I debate most electrifying from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. www.mixcloud.com/headlines and headaches or /voiceofradio.com if they want to hear replays. Also, like I tag everybody, my Facebook page, Larry H. Gardner, Facebook, also Voice of Radio Facebook, also IG, Larry Gardner 3131, and also Twitter, Larry H. Gardner 31. I do have I have a YouTube channel, Larry Gardner Headlines and Headaches, where if I don't give you news, like I covered the renovation of East End Neighborhood House, where I met Austin Carr and Jim Jones, the Cleveland Cavaliers were out there. Shout out to Austin Carr, Mr. Cavalier. If I don't get a chance to cover it on my show, I'm pretty much out in the community. Whatever I get a chance to cover or interview, I just put it on those channels so you can hear it. Also, other information about finances for African Americans, how to get their stuff together. If somebody has a credit thing, they can always put it on Headlines and Headaches. I invite people to, like the link, to make sure you like every single link, because I might put something up there that you might not hear about in the regular news. That 35819 covering also, and listen to the show at www.voiceofradio.com.
How do one become a guest on your show?
Give me a call. I'm going to give you my number, 216-556-4836. Message me on Facebook, Larry H. Gardner, or email me at larrygardner3131@gmail.com.
Oh, give it up. Headlines and Headaches. Make sure you check that out, Voice of Radio. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the Hood. We'll be back in a minute. It's Do Young.